You. Alright. ಪ್ರತಿಷ್ಠಾ ಸರಿಯಾ ಇದೆ. This is one of the main topics in Brihadaranyaka. ஒவ்வொன்றுக்கும் எது பிரதிஷ்டான்னு கேட்கிறார். வாங்க. பிரதிஷ்டான சப்ஸ்ட்ராட்டம் தப்போ வாங்க. பாருங்க. सहनावतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै ॐ शान्ति शान्ति ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुरेव परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्री वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी जगद्गुरु समस्त जन कल्याणे निरतं करुणामयं नमामि चिन्मयं देवं तद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद् पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते शान्ति शान्ति If I start talking in Tamil, please immediately tell me, because I'm taking the class only for Santoshamma. And if she is not able to hear, I will stop the class. Okay. All right. See, I'll give you several examples. I start with Rotary because he is there, another Rotarian is here. In Rotary, whatever people want, they will get. All my classes today, after 2008, the source is Rotary, including you, because all of you means all the people are yours. Kavita Pranakeling, Banyan Rotary, right? And how many people? Hundreds from Rotary. You want this, you'll get. And I got business, lot of business from Rotary. You want money, you get. Money, you will get. Vedanta, if you want, you will get. And you want to be spirited, you can be. Right? You can be spirited. Whatever you want. This is truth everywhere in the world. World has everything. What you seek, that you will get. IIT. A lot of people, engineers, IITs. I wanted to say this. Then I was really scared of saying this, because today, the media and politics, you are scared of cutting a joke also, because what is converted into what God does. Even to cut a joke, you are scared, right? So, I started that. Huh? IIT. A lot of people go there, and Today, many of them, that's why I was scared. Because I met them in Uber, driving Uber, Ola, engineers, right? And the man dropped out, Bill Gates. And he is employing all the engineers in the world. Drop out, employing all the engineers in the world. I used to say the same thing. When I quote for a contract, they'll ask me, you are an engineer? No, I employ engineers. Right? So, in the same IIT, even a dropout goes there. People who have passed this. So, depends upon you. Depends upon you. This is said in Ashwamedha Yaga. Ashwa is the horse. Horse is the total mind intellect. Horse is the total mind and intellect. We think our mind guides us. Our mind itself is guided by the total mind intellect. Our mind itself is guided by the total mind. That is Ashwa. Why? It takes you to place to place. Why did you come here? Your mind. Your mind because of the total mind. Right? That is Ashwa. And where does Ashwa take, where and how? Same transport also changes. Destination also changes. Destination also changes. Transport also changes. Ashwa as Haya takes Devas, Devalokam. People who are illumined reasonably, not complete. Those people, Ashwa becomes Haya and takes to Devaloka. Gandharvas, it becomes Vaji. Same Ashwa only. Vajapeyi, that is why. Vajapeyi, Ashwamedha. Vaji. As Vaji, it takes to Gandharvaloka. As Arva, it takes Asuras. As Ashwa, it takes people to their destination. That means what? The same instrument, according to the person's development and need, takes you where they have to go. Why did I start this introduction? I had not even started Ashwamedha Yaga. Before that, why? Because all of you who are listening will get what you want according to your commitment. This is what I want to emphasize, because this is one guarantee that anybody who purifies his mind through karma and contemplates on the Shastras will get moksha in this life. Gradually will develop. Others may get instantly Sadhyo Mukti. The other people purify the mind and do contemplation. Gradually you will develop. So this is an assurance. Anybody can get that. What more chance you want? What more you want? Therefore, please take Brihadaranyaka seriously. Do not listen to that, gathering some more information, some more scholarliness, some more information, some more scholarliness. Listen to it. Through this Brihadaranyaka, I become God. Several places it says that in Brihadaranyaka. Several places you become God. Such assurance. The compassion of Yajnavalkya is something extraordinary. I will explain why that compassion. And almost same, but the way in which it is given to us in utility, Shankara excels. Shankara excels. There is no bounds for their compassion. Why? Because in this Upanishad, he has a central theme. The theme is people, I have read it on the first day, people are caught in Karana Karaka and all that, Sadhana Sadhya, and they're all finite. They're all finite, right? You should get the infinite. That is in his mind. Why people are suffering. Yajnavalkya. So everybody he wants Vidya to eradicate ignorance and know the Brahman they are. See, each word is important. I didn't say to gain Brahman. That's where your listening itself has to change. I didn't say you will become Brahman. To know the Brahman that you are. Right? So, people need this. But even if I give, if their mind is in masal vadai, right? Today is Amavasya. It's more interesting because not normal food, something special tiffin will be there. Right? If my mind is in these dabbas, what will happen? I will become a dabba carrier. Right? So, but they didn't leave. That's where I said compassion. They didn't ignore. They didn't leave. You are like this? Okay. I will give you a scheme. I will give you a scheme. That's how Gita starts. You are so attached and confused. Come on, do the same work with a different attitude so that you can discover the beauty that is available in life and experience the divinity. Start through Karma Yoga. And then when you are purified, start tuning to the truth. Upanishad class, I don't say God. Start tuning to the truth and experience the subtler beauties. Then discover whatever you are seeking is you. Gita. Karma Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, Jnana Yoga. Right? But then in Gita, what happens is, because it is so systematic, people feel at every stage they have understood. Because it is so simple and systematic, they think, and they can each give lecture also. They can each give lecture also. Another joke. There was a Rotary governor. He makes a point in every governor's visit to quote 2-3 Gita verses. All were abadham. Wrong pronunciation, wrong. I told him, sir, I will come home and teach. This is enough. They don't know anything. See the attitude. This is enough for them. Right? So people just get something and then they say, oh, Gita, I know. It says work without expecting results. Nowhere it said. Nowhere it is said. Right? Work without expecting results. I know Gita. What Gita you know? Be yourself. Be yourself. Right? Right? So that is the problem with Gita. Yajnavalkya probably anticipated this because this was before Gita. But anticipated people will get conditioned and he doesn't want to leave anybody, gives a scheme to everybody. Devata Upasakas also, he says, do this, you will get it. Do this, you will get it. He gives a scheme to everybody, but puts in a way you are forced to think. Not too difficult, not too simple. You are forced to think, get involved and think. And then what more beauty? He maintains the consistency of this purpose of trying to take people step by step and ultimately to the ultimate goal. He maintains this consistency throughout the Upanishad at every step. It's divided into 3 sections. Upadesha, Shravana. The first 2 chapters, Upadesha, Shravana. The next 2 chapters, Manana. That's called Upapatti, logic. Through Manana, you are. Then meditate, Upasana, last 2. The middle one and all got an extra name also. Yajnavalkya or Upapatti, Yajnavalkya Kanda. First thing is Madhukanda, first 2. Yajnavalkya Kanda or Upapatti Kanda. Last thing, Kila Kanda. Kila means indeed. That means he experienced. Right? The last 2. He maintains this consistency throughout. Like a child, he takes you. Amazing. And Shankara makes it even simpler. That is, in Yajnavalkya, there is a possibility you will miss his beauty, because to understand that beauty, you have to be a disciple of Swami Chinmayananda. You understand? And be blessed by him. So therefore, even that is not so easy to understand. Once you understand, then it appears so simple. Once you understand. Shankara makes it even simpler. At every place, they don't wait. Because normally, the text is supposed to be Upakramana Upasamhara. That is, as you begin, you end. Dharma Kshetre. Dharma. Last, Mama Dharma. Right? So that is supposed to be the binding of the text. So they can say in the beginning, this is what it is. People are suffering from avidya. Through vidya, they will get this thing. And all other things means for purification. They also fall under avidya. You do not be caught by that. And finally conclude, no. Not even every kanda, every adhyaya. Kandas are divided first, then adhyaya. And in that adhyaya, kuti chapters are called brahmanas. Right? At every stage. At every stage. I've been telling this from time immemorial. Do not worry about Vedanta. I've been telling this. Do not worry about moksha. You are a human being. To your dignity as a human being, know how much they love you. That's enough. Otherwise, you are not even a human being. Somebody loves you so much and you are not even recognized that. Right? So in this process, Upasana is given to people who are not fully ready for the knowledge straight away. And in these Upasanas, various things, last week we said, Shaili, Kallu, Daru, everybody knows. Rendu connected with spirituality. Right? Shaili, Darumayi, all those things, Manimayi, right? Lepyam, Lekhyam, Lauhyam, not Lekhyam, Lauhyam, Saikati. Anyway, so out of them, the highest is Rajasuya. Highest is Rajasuya. It's not, yeah, you can say it is new because others come after that. That is Gita, Ashwatha tree, comes after Yajnavalkya's Upanishad. And I think I have heard somewhere, even Purusha Suktam is later. Purusha Suktam also is later, because Purusha Suktam also same concept. In Gita, Ashwamedha plus 11th chapter, Vishwarupa Darshan. Ashwamedha plus 11th chapter. And in 15th chapter in a subtle way. There only Ashwamedha comes. So Ashwatha comes. So Kathopanishad also, Ashwatha comes. So this is the concept everywhere. Virata Purusha. Bhagavatam you read, at least in 20 places, he has described Virata Purusha. In 20 places, he has described Virata Purusha. So this is the highest Upasana. Why it is highest? You can't make a statement and get away. You have to explain. Explain till they understand. Right? So why this is the highest? Because the problem is our being harassed by the world with its multiple projections. Harassed by everything. Harassed at home, harassed at office, harassed by the government, harassed by everybody. But these harassments are too small. Harassment by my mind. Harassment by my mind. I have to get out of this. How will you get out? Home, office, government, all harassments come because of your mind. Why? It is that sees the harassment itself. He is different, I am different. He is different, I am different. That's where the problem comes. Right? Your best friend kicks, you enjoy it. Right? And somebody who you don't like, by accident his leg touched your this thing, hand enough. Right? The whole problem is your mind. There is no problem other than the mind. Let it go deep into you. Do not curse the world. Do not curse the world. Do not curse your family. Do not curse your office. Do not even curse government. Your mind alone is your enemy. You want to know that? 11:23 Srimad Bhagavatam. Right? Your mind alone is your problem. Why? When you sleep, do you have these problems? Why? Because mind is not there. Mind is not there. Right? Therefore, in sleep, what you are minus the mind is God. Because God plus mind is man. Man minus mind is God. In sleep, you are God. Understand? So you want to be God, you have to disassociate with this mind. Right? I will just little digress from the theme I am taking. Mind is innocent. I'm giving you this because you wouldn't have heard this. It's an instrument given to you. Without the mind, you cannot transact. Without the mind, you cannot transact. You need it. It's a lovely instrument given to you. But you misuse it, you abuse it. And therefore, finally, come to Vedanta class, everything is mind. No. Do not totally hate the mind. It's lovely. Right? It's lovely. Use it. Use it properly. You focus the mind outside, it will only bring differences, naturally likes and dislikes. Focus the mind to its source, all differences are sunken to it. Focus out, plurality. Focus in, plurality ends. So where is the world ending? In your mind, focusing to this. This is the principle. Not enough for me. I need little more training. Okay, you will understand only gross things. Now I have to teach you how to detach from the world and to turn inside. So for you, for your understanding, like a children are given, X and Y and all that, and then solve the problem. I will keep a horse before you. Right? I'll keep a horse before you. Right? You know the first horse that came from the ocean, Uchasravasa. It's white horse. In Naman, not socially improved. Very backward class. Right? I keep a horse before you because even for a reasonably intelligent man, try to see the entire universe in your mind and detach. Even for an advanced man, it's difficult because the universe is so vast. What to see? Where to see? How will I miss many things? How can I at one time see everything? How can I at one time see everything? In my house, when they bring tea or coffee to me, they bang. You know why? I don't see, I don't hear. I have to know they have kept it. I have to know they have kept it. Honestly, it's a thing to help me, not to insult me. In my house, they treat me Raja, nothing short of a Raja. Even Rajas won't get that. Right? So, but it's necessary. Right? So they put it. So because I don't see properly, I don't hear properly. That's a great blessing, because sense control. Right? Sense control. So, how will you meditate on the entire universe, you tell me? And detach. And detach. So, I keep a horse, bring every species in the world and in that horse, then kill the horse. And now what happens? Horse is my mind. Horse is my mind. Here itself ends if he's a bright student, even if he doesn't go to Sadyomukti, horse is seen, you are the seer, there itself ends. Seen and seer. But again, not so easy for everybody. So therefore, in this horse, when I put everything and demolish this horse, I don't have to kill it. I contemplate. That's why it says karma plus upasana, meditation, is krama mukti. I don't have to kill the horse. I realized horse was my mind. Every species put in that is my mind. Horse is my mind. Everything put in that is my mind. Now I withdraw my mind, and naturally all them merge in me. They came from me. They stayed in me, in my consciousness. They merge in my consciousness. So I am the world. I am the horse. I am everything. I am all. This is one of the things that comes there. Brother, lovely statements come. I am all. I am the creator. Aham Brahmasmi. It comes here. One of the Mahavakyas. Right? I am all. Everything is me. Horse is me. The plurality is me. I am the self of all. I am the self of all. And when I remove the horse and the universe, all of them merged in me. All of them merged in me. They sprung from me. They stayed in me. So I am the essence of all. Therefore, I am all. I am that glorious Brahman. Right? This is relatively easy. I say relatively because it is people's attachment to the world that makes them difficult. Why are you saying difficult for the easy, difficult and all that? It is not that anything is difficult or easy because of your focusing. Your mind is outside, you don't focus. You don't focus. So difficult. Then you need something. And those lovely, kind masters, they don't say, go to hell. You have so much value for the world. Go to hell. They don't say, I understand. I understand. You are after all God. You are after all God. You created this world for your fun. And in between, you seem to be caught. You're not caught. You seem to be caught. You are struggling to come out. I will give you a clue. Right? So that is how Ashwamedha helps. Why did they choose Aswa? They could have chosen a wall. Chosen a wall. Because world is ever moving. Ashwa moves swiftly, fastest thing. Ashwa moves, world is moving. Right? One reason. Two reasons. This Ashwamedha Yaga or Yajna takes you to your goal. Horse takes you to your goal. Horse takes you to your goal. Therefore, Ashwa is chosen. Its mobility, it takes you to your goal. Then what? Before the horse is day, end of the horse is night. The horse body is 1 year. That means the entire horse is time. Entire horse is time. Movement is time, space. Movement is time, space. Reaching is time, space, goal. Right? And this reaching, time, space, changing is death. Hiranyagarbha Prajapati is death. Is death. Prajapati is death. Brahma is death. Yes, Shastra says, and it is true. Because he changes, his period changes. When he changes, he is death. The principle of death. The principle of death. Krishna says in several places in Bhagavatam. That's why I say, most difficult concepts made simple in Bhagavatam. He says, this body you are hanging on, you won't get it. You won't get the truth. You won't get me. You won't get me. You want me. Don't hang on to the body. Sravanat, Darshanat, Dhyanan Mayi, Bhavo, Anukirtanat, Na tatha, Sannikarshena. Sannikarshena in close proximity. You don't get that effect as Sravanat, Darshanat, vision, Dhyanat, meditation. Meditation, right? You don't get me. You will get me only through. That's why I ran off on the Rasa Leela day. That's why I left Gokula and settled in Madura, Vrindavan. Because you are all divine, you don't need me now. Their Rakshasas are there, they need me. So what do you want to do if you want to Bhagavan? Become a Rakshasa. Easy way. Yeah. So therefore, that is why horse is chosen. Time, its body is 1 year. 1 year, not our year. Brahma's year. Brahma's year. Somebody went and asked Brahma, he thought very clever. I want 1 rupee of yours. Whose? Brahma's 1 rupee, which will be billions. He said, wait a minute. This minute, you will be not there. Right? So 1 year is 1 year. So horse is selected for mobility, for the phenomenon of change, for time, and to carry you to the goal. Ma? And என்ன சொல்ற?
Why only the horse? Where are the animals choose பண்ணலாம்?
A horse is fast reasonably compared to other animals. You know, you cannot, whole world you have to put on that. You cannot take a rat and put on that. Because your mind also should visualize. Also, when you contemplate, there has to be similarities. If no similarities, right? I say, right? I tell you, you know Laddu? Laddu is like Gomkura. How will you meditate? Laddu is like Gomkura. There has to be similarity. In a horse, so many limbs are there. So the similarities are brought there. You choose, no, the rat is faster. But you can't put all those things there. My mind, you can't put similarities. Also, it will come there. Also, the horse springs from waters. Uchasrava first came from water. Horse springs from, what is this water? Mula Prakriti. Mula Prakriti. That is all total likes and dislikes and vasanas. From that only springs the total mind. Horse is Prajapati, total mind. From the total vasanas, from your vasanas, your mind comes. Total vasanas, total mind comes. From your vasanas, your mind comes. Total vasanas, total mind comes. Total vasanas is water. Right? From that horse comes, because horse comes from the water. Also, it is not said in any commentary, but I read somewhere and I tried to Google out and found it is not too stretching, it is logical. Shwa means tomorrow. Ashwa, not tomorrow. That means it's ever changing. It's not steady. World Prajapati is not steady. Ashwatthamenum. Is it? Urdhvamula madashakam. Ashwattham prahuhu avyayam. Ashwattham, that which is never steady. But it's called avyayam because you see it, world. So many people come, so many people go, but the world you are seeing. Right? So that is Ashwa. Ashwa means, Aurobindo ji gives this meaning, existence. Ashwa is existence also. Right? And that is changing. Aurobindo himself gives. Changing means same Ashwa, the concept I have explained. Swa is tomorrow, Ashwa it is never there tomorrow. Right? Something you have to take. Right? Why don't you take my father-in-law? I could have taken. Yeah? Because he can hold as much as the Ashwa can hold the universe. Can take. That's why he gave in the beginning introduction, you can take any object for the Upasana. You can take any object for the Upasana. One great man in Chennai, he had several scandals and went to jail also. Mahatma's See, to become a Mahatma, he had a concept. In between, he might have derailed. Right? It's the process.
Correct.
Emma?
Only for Rakshasa, Bhagavan will come.
Only for Rakshasa. So, he had something. That's why he took. And in between, there can be derailment. So, we don't name. We only understand something good from it. Right? So, somebody said, everybody says you are a fraud and all that. You say you are a god. He asked a simple question. On simple stone, you invoke Ganapati. After that, is it a stone? It is Ganapati. If on a simple stone, if you invoke Ganapati, Ganapati is there. In me, the living, moving, such a big thing, you invoke God, you will get God. My problem, I will face it. He said it. My problem, and he faced it, poor fellow. He faced it. So Upasana is that. You can take anything. I don't like Aswa. Right? Take a buffalo. Nothing wrong. Huh?
Upanishad story about the Mahisha Dhyanam.
Amma?
Upanishad kada irukilla uncle.
Adha நான் சொன்னேன் buffalo கதை இந்த கிளாஸ்லயே சொன்னேன் buffalo கதை யமனேரும் பரியே 8.25 லட்சம் தமிழ்.
But I think in this situation, when you visualize an Ashwa, it's more similar to the characteristics of the mind that we take as them.
See, your sound is good, but your speed I cannot get.
Oh, I'm saying here Ashwa is for us to visualize our mind in that characteristics.
Yes.
So that we can also travel with that mindset.
You have to travel.
With that mindset.
That is why these are taken. The basic principle is your mind is what it contemplates. If I contemplate on Ashwa as Prajapati, Hiranyagarbha, my mind becomes Hiranyagarbha or Prajapati. I become Hiranyagarbha Prajapati. Then from that level, it is easy to see the self, because it is the self running through all minds. It is the self that enlivens the mind. So there all distractions are gone, only mind, total mind, and the self running through it. Right? So therefore, when I contemplate the Ashwa as Prajapati Hiranyagarbha, my mind becomes Prajapati or Hiranyagarbha. Please enjoy, something is going to come. My mind takes Prajapati or Hiranyagarbha. I become Prajapati or Hiranyagarbha. And then I discover I created the horse, I created the world, I created the Prajapati. The Prajapati is me. That means I, the self, is in awe. The Prajapati is in me. And in Prajapati, everything. I created the Prajapati. It comes there in Vrindavan, that also. I created the Prajapati. I am the origin, I am the source, I am the self of Prajapati too. You understand? And this I is the self. Where did it start? Inert, not even a physical object, a concept of a horse. Where do you land? You become, you recognize you are Brahman. What a glory. You start with a concept and then you don't get a concept Brahman, a real Brahman. You start with a concept horse, concept Prajapati. What is the benefit? You become the real Brahman. In it, where do you get this glory of being a God in 2 minutes contemplation? I will go a little digress because it's very important. Very important. You say, I will become God in 2 minutes. Okay, I understand the self and all that, right? Because all my books are in the self, right? I understand that. Theoretically, it's okay. Theoretically, it's okay. But my problems have not come to an end. Please listen, all of you listen, because these doubts cleared, then you experience. A concept horse has given me this real Brahman, but I am real Brahman, but my problems are the same. My problems are the same. Right? Who is saying my problems are same? Brahman telling? Is Brahman telling my problems are same? You have recognized you are the self of all, but that mind still you are not left. My problems. One minister went with Jawaharlal Nehru everywhere in England, and wherever he goes, this fellow's seat stinks. So Jawaharlal Nehru understood socks are stinking. He's wearing the same sock. So he brought a few socks and gave it to him. Next day also, it stinks. He said, why your stocks are still sinking? I given you. I know, but you won't trust. Therefore, I bought the old stocks. You won't trust, I changed. Right? So you don't leave the mind. Problems belong to the mind. You're not left it. And therefore you say, right, I know I'm Brahman, but my problems continue. That means you are not known you are Brahman. If you are known you are Brahman, you have no problems. See, it may look for all of you, as I said the other day, rhetoric. No, it's verifiable in our experience. You have to only little do contemplation. It's verifiable. Detach from the mind in sleep. None of your problems are there. In sleep, none of your problems are there. Right? It's your mind. You have not left the mind. And you say, still I have my problems. Old socks you are still bringing. Right? So therefore, if you're alert, that's how I started my introduction today. According to this thing, you will get it. If you are alert, if you have faith, if you have committed, you will recognize you are Brahman. And then no problems. If still the problems are there, what you got is probably an intellectual understanding without detaching still from all that is not real. It's still a mix-up. Still a mix-up. I want some example where I realize I am Brahman. I am not affected by anything, I am Brahman. I want some practical example. Don't give me only logics, your mind and all that and all that. Practical example. The story, what I'm going to say is the first class. In every class, I told this story. Today also I'm going to say, but you have to listen differently. That is how it's you, how that's you that make the world, the problems bigger than you. It is you. Sorry. It is you. It is you that make the problems, the world bigger than you. I want a practical example. I'm a practical man. Do not try to bluff my mind and all that. Give me some practical example. I will give you. There was a Narayana Bhrantar in Kerala. Why in Kerala? Most of the people are spiritual, and when spiritual people, some of them will get hallucinations and Bhrantar. இல்லைன்னா எது கிளாஸுக்கு வந்திருப்பா? எது கிளாஸுக்கு வந்திருப்பா? ஏதோ கடிக்கணும்னு பிரார்த்தில வந்துட்டா. Right? He was sitting in the, I will give you a historical, because again you will say in this, it's a story. No, historical I will give you. I will tell the story and then give the historical also. Historical too I will give. 400 years before one. Right? This Narayana Bhrantar was in the burial ground, because that's the only place policeman also doesn't come, because he is also scared to come after 1 o'clock in the night. And one day, Kali Amma likes burial ground, because she burns all dirt into ashes. She burns all dirt into ashes. So burial ground, she loves him. Come with all her routine, DJs and VJs and all that, and saw one solitary man sitting there. She sent message, ask him to get out. I told you many times, but listen. And the man didn't even respond. I said, wow, you lost hope on our life. You know who is there? He didn't respond. I can kill you. He didn't respond. But they can't kill when the master is there. They have to take the permission. He's not there, they are permitted. If the master is not there, they are permitted. So they went, that man is very indifferent. So she herself comes. Who are you? Didn't reply. You know I can kill you. You know who I am? Kali. He didn't reply. I can kill you. He didn't reply. Then she said, you must be a Mahatma. You must be I must do something for you. Because God is a God, because they can create it. The man is already created. So she can't prove a God. God is a God they can kill. The man is not bothered about being killed. So she can't prove she is God. So now by giving, she has to prove God. So she begs him, I want to give you something, ask. The man didn't. Finally, she begs. He takes pity. Kali Amma begging me. He really takes pity. Kali Amma begging me. She said, okay, Amma. I have elephantitis on my left leg. Transfer it to my right leg. Right? Now here also you will say it is story Kali Amma. But mentally see whether this is possible or not. Visualize whether you can take that stand and be independent. Anybody can take the standard if he is not afraid of dying. And when you are afraid of dying, you are in ignorance. An enlightened man is not afraid of dying. So anybody can take this stand. मेरा को विष का प्याला दिया, खुशी से पी लिया. Socrates. He, with 14 of his disciples cutting jokes, he drank. Cutting jokes, he drank. Right? Historical. That's not enough. Similar thing, I want a story like Granthar. Diogenes was a great Greek philosopher. He likes nature, exposed to sun, because free vitamin D. So he was sleeping in the desert, exposed to the sun. And Alexander was coming with a big army. And this man didn't get up. So he's similar to Kali, his ego got hurt. Who is this fellow so irresponsible? He sent word exactly everything repeated like Kali. Finally, Alexander himself comes. He says, who I am? You know who I am? He didn't reply. You know who I am? He didn't reply. All things over. Then he asks him, because he is indifferent, who are you? He said, you know I am Alexander the Great. That is the title always goes. I am Alexander the Great. He didn't reply. Then he asked, who are you? I am Diogenes the dog. I am Diogenes the dog. Alexander said, my fate made me Alexander the Great. Any day I will prefer to be Diogenes the dog. My destiny made me Alexander the Great. Because even now I am going to conquer. That means still I am in want. I am hungry. Death is hunger. Prajapati has two names, death and hunger. Because principle of change, death. Where there is death, you kill something to appease your hunger. So there is death there. Or you don't eat, you will die. So therefore, death and hunger are not two different things. Prajapati is death and hunger. Right? So this man is so indifferent, he has gone beyond everything. And I am Alexander running after getting something. That means still I am in death and hunger. So any day I would have preferred to be Diogenes the dog. Understand? It's historical. Mera is historical. Socrates is historical. Right? So it's not difficult. If your mind is detached and gone beyond all that. One more example. Guru Govind Singh's two sons, 10-year-old, 11-year-old. The Aurangzeb tempted them so much. We had a Sanskrit drama played before Guruji, my friends, Guruji, Sanskrit drama. Kumar, children. Right? So Aurangzeb says, give children chocolates. He says, share phal nahi khata hai. Phal or chocolates. Share, sings. Share phal nahi khata hai. They tried to tempt, didn't bother. Right? Then they said, we'll kill you. Didn't bother. Jiva Samadhi, they made historical 400 years back to both. Right? Elder one, as the thing was going on, there were tears. Younger one asks, are you afraid you are going to die? Tears? No. I am seeing to offer your life to God. You are the first one, not me. Historical. So it is possible. That's all you have to understand. It is possible to the concept of horse to go beyond all concepts, recognize you are the self of everything, and you are the self of all concepts too. Shruti, Yukti, Anubhava, I have given you. After this, you can't give you any logic. Only thing to prove, next class you don't come because you got it. Right? So starts with a concept, ends with Brahman. Not a concept Brahman, a real Brahman. What more you need to enjoy the beauty of this? What cinemas can give you this thrill? What cinemas can give you this thrill? Starting from a concept horse to recognize you are Brahman. And after that, be careless. Today you will see Lalita will have problems at home when Satish goes because he is not going to care for anything. Right? Naren will not have a problem. You know why? Long back he left everything. Long back he left everything.
But everybody is having problems.
Huh?
Everybody else is having problems.
He has learned one thing. Whatever you say, I will laugh. So they now have come to the conclusion, right? I should be a fool to tell you something because you are not going to react. Right? So this is Ashwamedha Yaga. This is Ashwamedha Yaga. Through this, you get whatever you want. Through any yaga. Through any yaga, through any yajna, you get whatever you want. What is an yaga and an yajna? How does it give you? Karma. Yaga yajna is karma. Also, you purify your mind, intellect through karma. Then contemplate. Then, horse is my mind. The elephant, the dog, everything is my mind. Contemplation. They came from my mind. Yato va yamani bhutana jayanti, yena jatana jivanti, yat prayat abhivshanti. All enter into me. And then you discover they have all dissolved in you. Right? They're not there. Because through contemplation, it's all happened automatically. Right? So whatever you want, you will get it. Whatever you want, you will get through this. Yo yadichasi tasya tat, Kathopanishad says. Same thing, Omkara. A, waking world. U, dream world. Ma, deep sleep world. All what? Silence. Supported by silence. Silence modified. After the Avuma, after the horse, what is there is silence. Avuma rose from the silence, existed in silence, met back into silence. So, yo yadichasi tasya tat. Whatever you want, you get. Whatever you want, you get. Karma plus upasana. And then he says, all that he says, and then says, still dissolved finite. Why do you want it? Why do you want it? Brahma himself does that. He meditates and he discovers all that finite, and then he discovers he is all. When he discovers he is in all other gods also is all, they all dissolve into him. Originally he said, give all these smaller animals to gods. Sacrifice. Hearts you sacrifice for me. Because that has everything. This real sacrifice for gods, goats and all that. Then when he knew he is the self of all, gods also knew because they are himself. Knew they are the self of all. So the gods became death, together became the self. From death, gods have come. They take three forms: Surya, Agni, Vayu. Adi, Deva, Adibhuta, Adhyatma. From him, the three came, all three putis existed in him, merged back into him. The Devas also merged back. So all animals also merged back to him only. Right? So this is the principle of Ashwamedha Yaga. A Yaga and Yajna is a sacrifice. What a sacrifice? Gurudev's words, unmatchable words. Give away the lower for the higher, it's a sacrifice. Give away the higher for the lower, it's a compromise. Right? All of us are living in compromise. Give up the compromise. You see, it's a sacrifice. And then what you sacrificed? All that is not real. Then what remained? That which supported the not real. That you are. The sacrifice, the false, manifests the real. The sacrifice of the false manifests the real. Saguna Brahma, horse. Through Saguna, you get the Nirguna. Through Saguna, you get the Nirguna. Totally Nirguna you go, not possible. Kleshodikitaraha tesham. And 18th chapter, 19th chapter, 12th chapter. Sulika Mahia Gita. She is supposed to be world-renowned, beautiful teacher in teaching Gita. I told her, you're so good, I believe. So when you come to 19th chapter, tell me, I'll join. So all become Prajapati. Prajapati discovers he is the self. So all become the self. Right? Something else was there. Anyway, still there's a lot more to say about Ashwa. I'll read in the next class. Right? Next class. I hope I'll finish Ashwa, then start Agni. What is that Agni? Next is Prana. What is Prana? Next is food. What is food? Different forms of the same Prajapati for your Upasana. For your Ashwa, Hiranyagarbha, abstract. Same thing, fire. It's tangible, you can see. Prana even more tangible inside. Same concept it takes. Food. All the food rose from you, stay in you, go back to you. Right? Go back to you. Name, form, action. So a whole topic is this. He consistently takes. Right? So we'll see next class. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Sri Gurubhyo Namah. Hari Om. Next class is on 26th in Heritage Center. Gurudev will take you directly. 6 o'clock or 6:30? 6:45, 26th, Guru Paduka Puja. All of you are going there, and that God, Gurudev, will reveal himself to you. Right? 6:45. Next class on 26th. And Guru Dakshina, whatever you want to give, you can give there, or you can ring up Lalita or Harsha, say, I want to give this much. Do not worry. We are giving them anyway. We decided this group will give 10,000 rupees to them. Whatever anybody wants to give, you can put in the plate there. You can telephone them and give. So that's not important. Important is you must all be there. Right?
24th class here.
Emma?
24th class.
24th class இருக்கு. இது 26th extra class. ஏன்னா இது bluff. அது குருதேவ் கடவுள். ஓம் பூர்ணமத பூர்ணமிதம் பூர்ணாத் பூர்ணமுதச்யதே Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Sri Gurubhyo Namah. Hari Om. Thank you all.
Hari Om, uncle.
Thank you, sir.
Hari Om, everybody.
Hari Om, sir.
Hari Om, uncle.
Hari Om.
Om.
Hari Om, sir.
Hari Om. Hari Om.